Okay everyone, it's Moosin here, welcoming you to a Duelyst video. For a while now I've been thinking that I want to make some more content on Duelyst, obviously. And I don't want to make content on like a large variety of digital card games. And so what I'm going to be doing from now on is sort of have a schedule. Monday I wanted to put out a Duelyst video. Tuesday I'm thinking Farrier. And then Wednesday, I want to start making some Hearthstone content. Thursday, I might try making some Gwent content. And Friday, I might revisit some Shadowverse, which I've played in the past. But then I was like, oh, well, what kind of content should I make? And then I was like, well, it would be fun to go back to Baggerwom, as you'll see here. And revisit some of the older decks that have been made in the past. Just sort of a trip down memory lane, so to speak. Baggerwom is a site that hasn't been updated for a while, but they used to, it's still a way to build decks and get like Imgur photos or pictures of your deck list, and that's a great way to share a deck list, and it's still used, but they haven't, and they always update their card pool, but they haven't updated the tier list, which they used to do. But this is, all the tier lists that they did do while they were doing them, and I went back to the earliest one to start as early as I could to patch 1.75 on the 13th of November, and this is the sort of tier list that they created at the time, and it's kind of interesting to highlight how different the meta was back then. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to just play each one of these sort of archetypes, just pick one list from each. Like for example, you go Tempo Argion has like 3 different lists. I'm only going to play one of these lists, but I'm going to play one list for each sort of archetype, I guess you'd say. And we're going to start not near the top, but we're going to start at the bottom. We're going to do some probably today, since I know I have the Kaleos cards, the Songhai cards, I could probably make this list. And we'll go from there. So that's today's video, is making probably just this list, if I have it, and then playing a few games on ladder with it. Now, are we going to win games looking at that list? Probably not, but it's going to be fun regardless. So we're going to jump up to Duelyst and make that list. And since I was thinking of doing this already, I might have already made it. There's a lot of lists here, but it's going to be a Songhai list. I might have labeled it as such if I... Yeah, okay. So I have already made it. Is it the exact same though? I'm pretty sure it's the exact same. Alright. So I have made it in preparation because I'm smart. We've got the 3 juxtaposition, 3 mana vortexes, 3 kataras, 3 mist dragon seals, 3 chakri, 3 mystic, 3 phoenix fire, 3 killing edge. Lots of 3-ofs. So it might not be the best deck, but it is quite consistent. 3 Lantern Fox, Sojourner, Beast Sage, Jaguar, and the Scientist. Scientist is a bit of an outlier. Whenever you play a spell that targets a friendly minion, draw a card. So that's going to count for our Juxts, our Mist Dragons, our Blinks, our Killing Edges. So that's pretty good. And card draw, well, that could cycle on a backstab. We have our Sojourner. And we have some movement with the Jaguar. We have Beast Sage plus the Chakri Avatar. Katara obviously has seen a nerf, so it's not as good as it once was. So we'll see how we do. We do have our 9 2-drop package, which I like. And 3's Lantern Fox, Sojourner. So it's not terrible, but it's just, is it going to be able to compete with things in the meta? I'm not too sure about that. We shall see. We're going to play 3 games with it. Win or lose. Let's have some fun with it. No, I am in Diamond. Okay. I'm reversing Cloak and Dagger, whom I believe is going to be running... Again, it's just a little bit of knowing matchup knowledge. They're going to be running artifacts, which is kind of awkward. Kind of really awkward for me. Because, well, I have Jux to close the gap, but it's still bad. It's still bad. And this list doesn't run 4-inch Magi, so I'm going to struggle pretty hard here. And he's not going to have any minions for me to Jux to try and close that gap either. Well, we just got to do what we can. A Twin Strike clears the board. As sad as that is, but I do get a Phoenix Fire from it. Does he have the Twin Strike? And this 3-in-1 opener is quite strong. Okay. Back against the wall gives me the Phoenix Fire. That's fine. I can Mist Dragon Seal that over, but I don't need to. I think I do it just to try and remove some charges. And try and get some things out. And then move the Owl Beast in. So I'm going to knock you, and then I want to move the Owl Beast Sage in. So as to not be able to clear that for free. But you will if you want to. I just need to get this high health minion into the action. And now, even if he Onyx Bear seals this, or bamboozles this, it's still a presence over near him that I might be able to work with. So it'd be Onyx Bear Seal on this, punch this, BBS. If he has it. I think I want to get rid of Katara. I'm not sure though. He knows I have the Phoenix Fire, so he's effectively only got one more charge. Because he knows I'll be able to do this. He equips the Bangle. Okay. He's moving away, but you can't run from Kaleos with their blink. So, those 3... No, not 3 artifacts. I can't remove all 3, but I can remove the ranged and the Crescent Spear. And I think I want to set up that Katara as well. That healing is quite nice. I can even deny this mana tile. Yeah, because I want to blink in behind there. So what am I going to do? I'm going to move down, punch him, and I'm going to Phoenix Fire. That's 3 mana. And then I kind of want to Mystic. He can't Painter. I'm tempted. I'm torn between letting him have this tile. No, letting him have the tile opens up for Painter, and I kind of want to deny that if I can. So the other line was moving this in behind him and letting him have this tile, but pushing him into the open. I don't need to preserve health on this. I think it's fine. Or I could put the guitar behind him. Let me do that right there. So he has the Bangle. With the Saber Spine Seal, he can clear this. Again, I'm going to get rid of this Katara. If it's not the early game, it kind of feels really bad. And I need to get in whatever I can. Thunderbomb Saber Spine? No, the Mask. That's awkward. And he clears that. But he has to hit it twice. And so now I just have to play around. Or I can get rid of the Bangle. I just have to play around getting hit with that Mask. This deck really lacks card draw. It's the first thing I noticed. I've got the Scientist, but that's about it. Scientist, Sojourner. Couple of things. Let's see. I bet he's running Silhouette Tracer. So I'm going to get hit pretty hard here. What else could you get, though, to move in behind me? Oh, what's that one card? There was a card that does it. It's not substitution, it's something else. It's similar to that. It's just like a 3-mana spell that puts you behind an enemy. He could be running that. I need to keep replacing for my card draw. I'm tempted to... what's that? He could move this one space to punch it, but he'd remove one of his charges, and that's pretty bad. But he would clear my board, and that's pretty good. Flicker. Wow, he's clearing that instead? I don't know about that. I would have got in that damage hard. So I definitely need a minion to body block, so I have to give it this Juxt. Lantern Fox. That's not bad. So this can go behind me. And I'm going to try and protect this guy. I could blink it to protect that as well. Yeah, I may as well. Because what are the odds with 6 cards in hands you don't have the spell to clear this? I'd rather just use it to keep a formation. Like it could be Phoenix Fire, Thunderbomb, Cobra Strike, Phoenix Barrage, whatever you could be running. So, minion, Juxt, move the minion, hit me. Could be like an inner focus. So you need the inner focus, the minion, and then if you have Bangor, that could be rough. And I'm not going to put it past him with 6 cards in hand, you know. But we potentially have 2 Phoenix Fires as 6 damage, 7, 8 damage. So again, he doesn't really want to punch things because he doesn't want to remove charges off this. He's only got 1 more. But yeah, Lantern Fox is sort of card draw in that it fills up your hand with something, but is he going to run here? It's curious. Then I would regret using my blink. So he found a teleport minion 1 space. Am I dead? Because I figure I probably am with the Bangle. No, he's only going to hit me once though. I think he's dead. With the Phoenix Fires. And the Chakri on board. Yeah, he's dead. Well, that was close. That was a close one. But that was sort of an outlier. You're not often going to run into Artifact Songhai. But even though we didn't have any 4-Winds Magi to clear the artifacts, we sort of made do. Scientist, Sojourner, Land Fox is the card draw. We didn't draw many. We were sort of on the ropes there. Kind of got a little bit lucky. But we'll play 2 more games. We'll play 2 more games and see how we do. So yeah, against artifacts, generating the big bodies with the Arcanist can be hard for them to deal with. And then just sort of, once you have removed the ranged, that sort of that player switched up their tactic of going backstab, and backstab is far easier to play around than ranged. Yeah, Nick Claren. Okay, this is going to be a loss because of how well Zuran can control the board, and even if your board starts to get out of control, they have Aperian's Claim. So this is going to be an extremely tough matchup that I don't really see us winning. And especially because of how well they can heal, it's tough to close out games against them as well. It's even going to be tougher if we don't draw into a 2-drop. If we don't draw into a 2-drop, we lose. Like, on top of that, they have a lot of high health 3-drops, so I can't even clear something with a Phoenix Fire alone. Bam. Where were you? What were you doing? Okay. So, this is a Scintilla, which, as we say, it's that high health 3-drop that Phoenix Fire doesn't clear. It could be a Scintilla, a Sunforge, a Flameblood. A Flameblood Warlock. Yeah. Zoran runs things like that because they don't care if they take damage because of their healing potential. And Zoran can also be quite aggressive with their sort of healing combos with the Sunriser and the Sunforge Lancer as well. Jesus, dude. Oh, God. Do I Phoenix Fire that and third Ankatara? Because I have the Mist Dragon. I think I have to. Ah, this feels awful. I don't want to get caught in a provoke. So I'm going to move down here. I'm going to use a Phoenix Fire on that Flameblood. And then third Ankatara. So I have an LB Stage Mist Dragon next turn, maybe. Definitely don't need 2 mana Vortex. Okay. Huh? Oh, God. Okay. Didn't play around Sunstrike. I could have put it here. But I was worried about Provoke. Because he was here. He could move up. I guess that was also safe from Provoke. So I definitely should have done that. Get rid of one of these. A Chakri. I can't play both though. But I think getting out of the Owl Beast first is more important. Because if you martyrdom it, I'm going to bring it to 6 health. And that'll heal me to full. And that'll be 3 of your 5 mana. You'll only have 2 mana to work with. You could 3-drop on the tile, which could be like a Silverguard Knight and then martyrdom. I'm okay with using my blink because I have the Mist Dragon Seal to bring it in. And then if you do Silverguard, I have the Phoenix Fire, Punch. Play the Chakri as well. Sunriser. I don't think you have the damage to clear this. Is he going to let this get out of control? That's risky. Because I can cast spells this turn. Quite a lot of spells. To be exact. I can go here. He's only at 6. He can't appearance yet. I'm definitely going to be punching this. Not standing near him on any of the mana tiles. But I need to cast as many spells as possible to get it out of damage range. Phoenix Fire. And then do I want a Mana Vortex Killing Edge? Split up my targets. I'm playing around Lightbender here as well. I have my Blink next turn, so I might not need Mist Dragon. I definitely need to play this. It's just what on, the Owl Beast or the Chakri? I'm going to go for the Chakri. Because he wants to clear the biggest threat, which is actually the Chakri, but then my Owl Beast stays on board. And you don't want that either. Alright, and now again, Appearance Claim is next turn. So I might have a turn to capitalize on his board. But again, once he does do that, I'm going to struggle. I have the Scientist, also an Arcanist. I can move up Scientist Blink. He steps off of his tile. That's solid. What do we got? Herald into Immolation. That's fine. He's trying to go hard on the burn. He's probably got the appearance in hand, so I'm gonna try and play around it as best I can, but it's tough. Yeah, I think I can do a decent job here of playing around it. He really wants to kill this Owl Beast. So I'm obviously going to make this trade. But do I blink the Owl Beast away, or do I blink that away to play around Appearance Claim? That's the question. I'm going to punch and then blink this away so that he can only have one target with the Appearance. And that heal is quite nice. So again, like, it's in a 3x3. He can only hit one thing with it. I'm blocking his healing tile. Let's see what he does. Ugh. Let's see. If he Appearance this, that's amazing. That's his whole turn. If he Appearance any one of these minions, like, I feel really good about that. I feel really good about that. The only issue is I don't have any more spells to buff my Arcanists. But it shouldn't be a problem. Damage-wise, you know, that's 15 right there. So he needs to be a little bit careful. Let's see what he does. Do I get rid of my Sojourner? Or do I get rid of the Land Fox? I think I want to get rid of Sojourner and just play Land Fox. Because I want the sort of... Oh, do I want to spell damage there, or do I just want the cards? That's a tough call. I am blocking the healing tile. I guess it depends on what you do. If you make another healing tile... The Sunstrike. Oh, he's really burning me out. This Healing Mystic's going to be pretty important. Wow, he really wants that. He wants it bad. Okay. He wants it so bad. Damn. What do I do? I could draw into more Mystics with this. I just think the Sojourner is better. And I can't play everything, so maybe I draw a movement tool. Maybe I draw a spell. Oh, the Jag. The Jag Mystic. Oh, that's so good. Okay. We out of here. I still need to play around Appearance Claim. That still needs to be a priority. So I keep this here. I want to keep... Man. Tough call. I don't want to give him a good Appearance. Can I move this here? I can move this here and still play around it. And then I'll like throw this Mystic over here. There's a Juxt. That's pretty good. Trinity Oath. That won't matter with the damage I have coming in. That won't matter. Oh, this is tense though. This is tense. Tempest. That'll clear. Well, yeah, you can Lasting Judge. Blood Tear. That's GG though. Oh, baby. Oh, man. We actually managed to beat a fairly decent sort of... I mean, Heals of Mine is definitely very strong, and it's quite good in this meta for lots of different reasons. But I guess Arcanist can be a weakness when you play around their removal. And I guess if you're playing a Zoran list that leans more towards control, they're going to be running Lightbenders, and you're going to feel bad. But I guess for most Zoran lists, they want to go in on a heal synergy combo, so they're going to prioritize having the maybe Scintillas. That was actually quite more aggressive. So it ran the Blood Tears, it ran the Flame Bloods. He definitely had the Sunrises. I'm not sure if he was going to run the Sunforge Lancer because of Fault, but putting in those more aggressive cards, you sacrificed going the more control route and not being able to deal with big guys, basically, is the trade-off. And that works for a lot of different meta decks that you're going to see. Like, you want to be aggro against Wanderer, you want to be somewhat aggro against Fault, because they win in the late game, essentially. Even Ox, you can out-tempo Ox in the early game and then push a lot of damage so that their late game doesn't really matter. Because all those trial decks plus Fault, all those just thrive in the late game. Like, they're so hard to combat once they get off their sort of power move, whether it's Fault or they get to play Wanderer on a decent board state, or they complete their Ox trial and start spamming out minions. You want to try and either have a plan to combat that, or kill them before they get it off. Or be in a position to kill them, at the very least. And so Heal Zoran's good to counter that, and also the healing is going to be good against other aggro decks. He did play the tiles, which can come in great handy. Alright, so this is our last game, Dr. Barbarian. If you're wondering why I don't have any in-game sound, it's because I'm running the scripts, and if you enable in-game sound, that's not what I want. If you enable the in-game sound, you have this beeping noise. Actually, I could just turn that down the effects, couldn't I? Yeah, okay, I can have music and just turn down the effects. Alright, you have music for the last game, but I have an opener. I have Mist Dragon Seal to reach something. What am I versing? I'm versing Brome. Phoenix Fires could be good. Brome, again, it's Lionar, it's Pyrion's Claim, but more likely to be running Shrouds and Lightbenders and things. So this might also be a really tough match. I'm going to get rid of the second Mystic. So definitely, see, that's a nice 3-drop on curve. I'm surprised that we got 2 wins with this deck, to be honest. We haven't run into Wanderer though. That's the thing. We ran into Artifact, Shidai, we ran into aggro sort of Zoran, and now we're running into Swarm Brome that isn't Trial. So no Wanderer, it's tough. Like, if I had versed Rag Wanderer, that would have been the test to see if this deck was actually good in this meta. But I haven't, so... Celebrant. It needs to play it there, or I'm going to take it, obviously. Metallurgist, I can... Phoenix Fire. Oh god, that play, dude. Shit. That's really bad. God damn. Well, he's going to chew up so much on my board. It's terrible. I want to kill that Metallurgist, but I can't unless I like double Mist Dragon Seal. But I think actually cutting off the mana tiles a little bit more important. So I'm going to be like doing it like this, and then he's going to take the 2. I could Phoenix Fire. I definitely want to play the Lantern Fox and maybe Mist Dragon Seal it, to have the second one. Make it resilient. And just block off that mana tile to stop you from getting too out of control. And he can absolutely clear this, but I spent some cards. Well, I guess you could make me mill a Phoenix Fire, but it's not that relevant. He could move here, trade these in, and punch this. I would have 2 Phoenix Fires out of a full hand. I'd be able to Phoenix Fire this, finish off the Metallurgist, but I guess he kind of spilt out his hand there. So this plus this is probably better, and keep this alive. He might Congregation, and that's going to be rough. He might move down, move this in Imperial Congregation. No, because then you'd move this all in a 2x2, sorry. He could just Trinity Oath to refill his hand. Is he going to Immolate? What? You could have cleared this, couldn't you? I'm almost certain that you could have cleared that with the Immolation. Wow, that was a mistake. I can Mistdragon and seal that to kill that. And it's just, do I want a full board clear, which I can do, or do I want to chuck down my Albeast Sage, which I can also do? I think the answer is Albeast Sage to get out some board presence. And if you want to answer things with Martyrdom, I'm going to get that health back that you just dealt to me, so that's kind of okay. Second, and I still have a method of bringing things in with the Juxt, so I'm okay with doing this. Maybe I go here. Yeah, I'm going to go all the way in the corner. Now, I want to punch this, stop this from moving and hitting that. Do I just want to trade this in, or do I want to have you hit it? You could 1-drop Immo. So maybe I want to do this. Do I want to trade this in? I think I will. Because it's quite easy for him to like Tempest and clear that. There's so many clears for a 2 health minion, not necessarily a 6 health. Okay. So incoming Swarm here. I've got 2 Phoenix Fires to deal with it. Taking that damage though, really not nice. What have we got? Surge Forger into Metallurgist. Well, that just dies to Phoenix Fire, and you know it. And I probably am going to move this in. Juxt to trade, Phoenix Fire punch. And then I guess I want a Phoenix Fire face, because I need to close out this game, don't I? Or do I want to keep the Phoenix Fire? Is there... I could Blink down, actually. I think Blink is better. The reason Blink is going to be better is because I want to save this Juxt for the Scientist to recoup some of my cards. Yeah, I like that a little bit more. Alright, so let's Phoenix Fire this. Blink this down. And we could easily just see a Shroud here. But if you had to Shroud, shouldn't you have done it last turn? I don't know. Punch that. I have to punch this, don't I? Now, Phoenix Fire face, or... I think we're okay. And I need to close out this gap so I don't just get completely out-tempoed, right? I've also got my Lantern Fox, which I can move in. Yeah, I'm going to Phoenix Fire because I have that Lantern Fox. And I can generate another one just by punching something. Plays one Lightbender. You're 1 mana off Hyperions. I'm 8 health behind though, it's quite concerning. He takes that 4, that's great. I suspect to see a Trinity Oath very soon. What's this? Doesn't matter, I can Juxt. A Pontiff into last card, Metallurgist. Okay. So what matters more? The Pontiff or the Metallurgist? I have a Phoenix Fire. So although I want to play the Scientist, I think the correct play is to not play it. I'll Juxt do the same thing. I'll Juxt and then Phoenix Fire the Metallurgist, and I'll be moving my Albeast Sage in to punch that. Or I could blink again, couldn't I? And I move that in, blink, yeah, I can just blink again. I want to get rid of Mist Dragon because I'm only going to be spending 3 mana. Ideally, I get... that wasn't great. What else could I do to clear? Not much. I think that is a decent play. I'll just save these Juxts. These 0 mana. And like, he gave me the Phoenix Fire. He knows I have it. 1 card. Double Scientist. Alright, so 6 and 0. Into 6 and 0. We're going to be getting some Scientist action in. Yeah. Some of them off the top, that's fine. And I do just need to get this Scientist out. But he's in complete top deck mode. And we have the card draw plus develop a body. So we're just going to do this for the sake of card draw. Try and find something. Phoenix Fire is great. We just need to not get burnt out here. The Chakri, oh, that is so good as well. Dealing damage to yourself. So we've got, 8 Glaives. Glaives doesn't really matter. We still have 8, 9, 10, 11. Close. That actually is friendly minions nearby your general gain +2 attack. If I make it so it isn't nearby as general, I can just clear it and take 1 damage, and I think that's quite good. On top of that, I'm going to get the distance from him, so I'm not going to be held down by his provokes. I just want to play around Aperions again by not putting all my eggs into one basket. Oh. And drawing 2 cards. Yeah, so we just outvalue him unless he can draw the burn across the board. This is looking up though. Looks like I got him. Didn't draw what he was looking for. I don't know. I guess he had to have been looking for Trinity Oath. That was different. That was running Skywind Glaives. But it did run the Surge Forges. I don't know if that was your typical Swarm Brome list either. Because of Skywind Glaives. It's not that common of a card. I didn't see any Sunrise Clerics, which was lovely. I managed to keep on top of his Swarm pretty well. And that was quite important. But he did have a pretty nutty opener, like no doubt about it. I didn't see any Legion. I didn't see any Aurora. So I might have got off lucky there as well, but hey, I'll take it, That's 3 games, and I actually managed to win 3, which is nutty. But we didn't verse any of the sort of meta decks that I really wanted to kind of test this deck against. He went Skywind and he went Surge Forger. I guess what else are you looking for in a Swarm Brome list? Trinity Oath? He needed that. He really needed Trinity Oath. And he wasn't Trial. And to be honest, I think if you're running Swarm Brome, you kind of want to be Trial, like 100%. I don't think there's any point in not being that. Anyway. That's actually quite a surprising turn of events in terms of us actually getting wins with that deck. Despite the Katara nerf, despite it being a little bit left of field. I'll include a list. Well, you can obviously go and check Bagroom and get that list, but I'll include the list in the description as well. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week with another Duelyst video. Bye bye.